Go ahead, spam it in the YouTube chat. I know what you guys are going to say. I am waiting for this. The moment that final score, that final buzzer went out, and the Lakers 120-106 win against the Minnesota Timberwolves, I know what everyone has been saying. Luka and AR are better off without LeBron James. LeBron James, please come off the bench. LeBron James, please sit out these next couple of games. I know exactly what you guys are saying. And I'm going to elaborate more into what I saw last night because your boy was in attendance in last night's game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then there's some history. Some history that I totally understand the frustration and why Lakers fans are disappointed and are upset. And that certain person I'm talking about is Bam Adebayo, who broke Kobe's record last night. He ended up with 83 points. But how did he get those 83 points? We'll talk about all that. And of course, what are the Lakers going to be doing? How are they going to be able to continue to build off this momentum? Did they finally find something between the duo of Luka and Austin Reeves? This is going to be a good one. But before we do any of that, you already know I talk about the beautiful, beautiful Pechanga Resort Casino. And you can play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino, the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. So before we start getting into the nitty-gritty of last night's game and how that game went down and how the Lakers were able to sustain full 48 minutes of energy and effort, I got a funny story to tell you guys, and I told this last night on Lakers postgame show with Beto Duran. And we do a thing on our ESPN Los Angeles, and we do our walk-off interview. So if the Lakers win games at home, we have the chance, John Ireland, Michael Thompson, who are play-by-play, and he's our color guy for our ESPN 710 Lakers broadcast, and of course, the Lakers won last night against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we had the opportunity to get a walk-off interview. We film it, we publish it all across our social media on ESPN Los Angeles. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. You can catch all of it, the Jake LaRavia interview. So I made my way down there to get ready to go see him. He's on the court side right across. You can see him. He looks up at John Allen every single time in that area. So as I'm walking through, I forgot that the game last night was on NBC. That's why it was 8:00 tip, which is I'm waking up, and it is unbelievable how late that game was. And as I get done filming, and as I head back to the studio to do some work, I get a text from my own mother. And it was just one of those moments where it was, "Oh, my baby, I see you on TV." And I get some pictures. And I think we have those pictures. Your boy ended up making a little appearance on the NBC broadcast last night. So that was a little funny moment that I had to, let out there. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was really, really funny because all my friends and family were texting me and they're like, "Oh, we see you out there working. We see you out there grinding." So I thought that was a little funny thing that I can share with you guys that happened last night. But to talk about last night's game, 120-106 for the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh man, is that narrative growing stronger with LeBron James out of the lineup? Not only did they beat the New York Knicks 110-97, they followed up with the win against the Minnesota Timberwolves, a Timberwolves team who knocked out the Lakers last year in the playoffs, 4-1 in that series. The Lakers have now swept the season series against the Minnesota Timberwolves 3-0. And we had those comments. I made that comments too, as far as, hey, the Lakers, they played the Timberwolves early on this season. The Timberwolves have gotten better throughout the course of the NBA season. And as soon as the tip-off happened, both teams, I will tell you right now, the fact that it was 45-45 at halftime, both teams were struggling shooting the rock. There you go, as you guys can see. a little picture of me right there on the NBC broadcast because I was out there getting that walk-off interview. But you see that 45-45. And you know what? My guy Tim Johnson, who's operating it back there right now, he has been on my head because I'm very, very critical when it comes to Lakers center DeAndre Ayton. And I must say, DeAndre Ayton played his ass off last night for the Los Angeles Lakers in that first half. Let's make it clear. DeAndre Ayton had a strong first half, but DeAndre Ayton did a lot of good things. He was rolling hard to the basket. He was offensive rebounding, getting putbacks. He was making his layups. He was in the right spots necessary. I just wish that it is consistent through majority of the games played. So I want to get that out there and put that out there before Tim comes texting me or talking to me in my ear, talking about, are you going to talk about DeAndre Ayton? He played really, really well in the first half. But Timberwolves did not shoot the ball well. And I'm telling you guys right now, and I'm in the belief that Anthony Edwards will probably never have another shooting game like that. 2 of 15 from the field, 1 of 10 from 3. Now, I will say this, and this is a counter into why Anthony Edwards had a bad shooting night. The Lakers did a really, really good job in their matchups. They did a really good job of sending to at Anthony Edwards. Every single shot that Anthony Edwards did take was either late into the shot clock or it was a step back, snatch back three-pointer that was contested. As a Lakers, and you do your job, you contest without fouling, good things can happen. You play to, if you have Anthony Edwards settling and you cut off his driving lanes and it makes it more difficult for him to get to the basket, you're doing your job. If you're the Los Angeles Lakers, this Lakers defense, you are doing your job. So, as I will say, he will probably not have another shooting performance like that. He'll probably have a better shooting performance, but that's credit to what the Lakers have been doing on their defensive end of the basketball court. And you just go down. The first half for both teams was bad. Really, really bad. Slow start for both teams. It was come down, dribble, three-pointer, brick. On the other end, come down early in the shot clock, three-pointer, brick. Come down, miss layup or miss floater, brick. Come down. It was like, wow, what are we witnessing here? Is it because it's a late start, an 8 o'clock game? Is that why this game is starting off really, really slow? 45-45. And especially in today's NBA, it's uncommon to see a very, very low scoring first half from both teams, especially teams who are known to fill up the stat sheet. Now, this is where the narrative is that are Lakers better without LeBron James? Him coming off the bench. I know you guys still want to talk about that. And I thought, and this in the first quarter, as far as when the Lakers weren't getting to the basket, every single thing that they were doing was settling for the jump shot. I thought that could have been a moment that LeBron James, as far as his ability to drive to the basket and kick out and all those different types of things, I thought Lakers could have utilized him. But you know what changed my mind is seeing what they were able to do in that second half. Lakers went unconscious in that second half. Luka Doncic with a triple-double with 31, 11, and 11. Austin Reeves with 31. Very, very efficient shooting, especially in that second half. 10 of 20. 2 4-point plays from Austin Reeves. And then, once again, him and Luka Doncic getting to the free throw line. Getting their bread and butter at that. Austin Reeves almost flirted with a triple-double. He was 2 assists away, 3 rebounds away from getting a triple-double. So you're telling me the duo of Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves that we've been seeing through these past couple of games, they're 10-2 now without LeBron James. 10-2. Out of those wins, they beat the New York Knicks, and then now they followed up with the win against the Minnesota Timberwolves team. I don't know. I know you guys got a lot of questions and concerns, and I know you guys are in the YouTube chat, and it's probably true, is that this team, does the ball movement look good? Yes, it has been looking really, really good. You see them coming off of actions. You see them actually coming off of screens, rolling to the basket hard. You see the spacing. Rui Hachimura, I know he was into early foul trouble. He started getting into a little bit of rhythm in the second half. Never really was able to get into a rhythm. But the role players stepping in. Jake LaRavia, I know he has not knocked down a three-point ball. I know he's been smoking a couple layups. But Can't question his energy and effort. He gave a lot of energy and effort on the defensive end, and his offensive rebounding has been very, very helpful for the Lakers. Luke Kennard, another guy. Luke Kennard, I'm telling you guys right now, sitting there at that game and seeing him pass up open looks, and JJ Redick calling a timeout, and Luka Doncic putting his hands up and pointing at him and signaling him to do this. Luke Kennard, the Lakers got you for a reason in that trade deadline. They traded away Gabe Vincent because he was an inconsistent three-point shooter. They got you because you are a consistent shooter. You do a lot of good things on the basketball court when you're Luke Kennard. You can take guys off the dribble, you move well without the basketball, and you shoot one of the highest three-point percentages in the NBA. And you're passing up an open look to the corner to Jared Vanderbilt. No disrespect. Vanderbilt played well last night as well. I love the edge. I love the attitude. I love the grit that he brings, especially when he brought last night. It helped a lot with this Lakers team. And they're starting to understand their roles. And honestly, I don't really come out here and give a lot of praise to the Lakers, on being honest with you, through these past couple of games that we've been seeing. But is it true? Is it that they're playing better with LeBron James off? Does the ball movement look good? The defense is flying around. They're actually playing full 48 minutes. They held the Minnesota Timberwolves team under their average. I mean, this is all stuff that is proven. And like Brian Windhorst says, when he comes on, he says it himself, the data shows, the numbers show. When Luka and Austin Reeves are on the basketball court together without LeBron James, the numbers are better. When the three of them are on the basketball court together, the numbers aren't as good. Now, could it be come playoff times in a certain situation? Are you going to need LeBron James out there? Possibly so. But what we have been seeing in this sample size with him out of the lineup, Lakers have looked good. They're diving on the floor for loose balls. They're limiting second chance opportunities. They're taking charges. They have been playing a lot better on the defensive end of the basketball court against the Knicks, against the Timberwolves. Games that we were concerned if the Lakers can beat better opponents. And they have. And it's not only that they've beaten them, they've beaten them convincingly. Julius Randle couldn't get to his spots in the second half. Anthony Edwards, once again, he was settling. Lakers did a good job keeping two around him, forcing him to take contested jump shots. Rudy Gobert, he was no problem at all for the Lakers last night. I thought they did a good job. As soon as he got the rebound, they were digging, slapping the ball out of his hands. Jaden McDaniels was able to get to his spots. It was good to see them play inspiring basketball. It was actually fun to watch them in that second half. They're laughing. They're enjoying it. The bench is involved. Everyone was engaged through that whole entire game. And it was something that we see and we sit here, and it was a good thing that we actually can build forward on. So they got a big win against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And now all of a sudden, guess what? The standings are getting even closer. You look at it now, they're all tied up in that slot in the 4 to 6 range. It's that close. Lakers can find themselves into a top 3 seed. But once again, the game, and the way the standings are, they can easily fall into the play-in tournament, just how close those standings are. But this is another thing that we're going to see as far as, can they build this momentum? Can they carry it over to the Chicago Bulls and take care of business against the Chicago Bulls team, who has been bad throughout the second half of the NBA season? Can they carry it over, this momentum, with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets? Are we going to continue to see JJ Redick implement Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves? Is LeBron James going to continue to sit out games? This is all stuff we're going to see, because if LeBron James does get back into the lineup, what is going to be the group, the combination that JJ Redick is going to do? Because you're seeing it with these 2 games, and it's been working. You're getting the most out of every single one of your guys. It's true. And I'm actually happy to come on this show and actually give Lakers praise for playing better basketball, actually being locked in, actually taking pride on the end of the basketball court. Again, could it be another bad shooting night? Possibly so. But you got to give credit where credit's due by the way that they've been able to defend. They've been defending better through these past couple of games. Now, I got some interesting stuff because I put out a tweet last night, and I'm going to read you guys some of the tweets because I put up a question in regards to, how do Lakers fans feel that the Lakers, how do we feel about the Lakers playing in LeBron's absence? And I'm going to read you guys off some of those comments that I've been getting on Twitter, and of course, some of your guys' comments on the YouTube. And then we also got to talk about Bam Adebayo's 83.9. But before we do any of that, I have to let my partners at Pachanga give you guys a quick word.
At Pachanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
What's going on? Welcome back to Lakers Talk Daily. I see you guys in the YouTube chat. Yes, I am a star. I am famous now. So you guys better put some respect on my name. Nah, I'm just playing with you guys. But to recap, Lakers got a victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves last night, 120-106. Dodgers for life in the YouTube chat thought this was a really good one. It's clear the Lakers played hard for Austin and Luka, and not with Luka and LeBron. Again, through these two sample sizes that we've been seeing with the Knicks game and the Minnesota Timberwolves game, there is no question that they have looked really, really good in LeBron's absence. I'm not going to discredit what LeBron James can do and how he can help this team out. And I mean, he's a star for a reason. And you guys' question is just put him on the bench. I'm telling you guys right now, there's no way LeBron James is going to come off the bench. There's no way I even see that remotely even happening. First off, he's too big of a name. First off, he is a star. The third, he's still playing really, really well at this age. It is one of those things is, can they actually find a way to play well together, the three of them on the basketball court? And then if that doesn't work, okay then. But you got something that you do know. You do know that the duo of Luka and Austin Reeves has been working. You do know going into the free agency in this offseason that you can potentially build the right team around those two. Because if they're winning games like this in this fashion, you might have something that can be a good formula going into the offseason. And it always goes back to what? What is Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office going to do by building the right team around them? Because they look good. Getting 30 points from Luka Doncic, a triple-double, getting 30 points from Austin Reeves, and then your bench is actually coming in there giving high energy and high effort. That is literally what we have been asking for. And they actually are doing it. Now, once again, it's got to be momentum. It's got to be something that gets carried over because it only gets difficult. It only gets harder. I know the Bulls, they got to take care of business tomorrow. Got the Nuggets, a back-to-back against the Houston Rockets, and then they got the Detroit Pistons. It's only going to get better. And to see what you guys else are saying in the YouTube chat, and you guys are all in there saying, I wish LeBron would just come off the bench. His ego would just not let him. LeBron is resting, and then Kevin says LeBron is resting, refreshing his mind to be better again. Maybe. I hope that is the point. And I hope that is the case, is that he actually comes in here, and if he does get implemented back into the lineup, that it only grows, and we always see it, and we only see a trajectory going upwards, not going back to the rate where they're not playing good defense, and they're not giving energy and effort, and then they're putting the blame game, and we're not getting what we need to have success on the basketball court. Now, to read off some of the tweets, and then I'm going to just go down because, once again, I thought it was very, very interesting what I tweeted out, and it is only going to grow more and more if the duo of Luka and Austin Reeves continue to get better. So I put out a tweet last night right after the game. How do you guys feel about this Lakers team in LeBron's absence? First tweet, more watchable basketball. Daniel Haynes says, this team looks like there is more enjoyment. It allows for more youth defense and spacing on the court. AR looks more comfortable. Aiden has more energy. All in, all gives hope that Lakers can build around Luka without LeBron's salary and 2 roster spots. And just keep on going down the list. And there's some, as far as if LeBron does come back, is he's getting the amazing rest. This one right here, Max Sparrow, we're going to be good. LeBron is still amazing. Let him rest. Aaron and Luka got it. Playoffs. And then we see how it goes. So we got some optimism throughout this main thing. But throughout the majority of the stuff that I was getting in these replies, in these responses, just going down the list, it feels like they are still top heavy. That's another one with LeBron, with the LeBron size anchor. I don't think counting on two guys to get half your points and hoping the other team stars phones it in isn't a recipe for success in the playoffs. Could that be another thing? Is it because the New York Knicks didn't shoot the ball well? Is it because the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't shoot the ball well? Possibly so. But there were some points to that. It's because Lakers have played better defense and they have made the necessary adjustments. JJ Redick throwing out the zone and actually using the zone effectively, not letting guys get to the basket, clogging up the lanes, switching the right way instead of switching a smaller guy into a big man and getting mismatches. No, they actually were switching with a purpose. They're keeping guys in front, delivering one shot, no more second chance opportunities that we have been seeing throughout these past two games. And then I just want to read one more off because in this tweet, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna just finish off the show talking about Bam Adebayo's 83-point night. And this last one, Elias says, "We play defense. We crash the boards. We play hard. We play for one another. Not one thing I just named LeBron does. Yeah, he's on the other side, but rebounding should be at least something he's decent at. Also, stop cherry picking. Like, it's crazy to me that we're at this point now where people want LeBron James coming off the bench because of the sample size that we've been seeing of them playing really, really well. And is this a thing that we're going to be seeing that is proven that it does work with Luka and Austin Reeves? Possibly so. Is this something that we're seeing that with LeBron James, and that this is a clear sign that it's not going to work in the foreseeable future with the three of them? Possibly so. Luka and LeBron James on the basketball court together, it does not work. We've been seeing it. The three of them on the basketball court together, they have a lot of flaws. Okay. And it sucks to see that because you always ask that question. When you have three stars like that, why doesn't it work? And you got to keep on going back to it's hard because they all like to do the same thing. Wendy made a point. You put LeBron James with defenders and guys who can spot up and shoot, you have success with them. But what happens? You have Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic needs guys that can defend and you can have the ability to be able to hide him. So it just that is where we are at with this Lakers team, and you only can look forward as far as how can they do in the playoffs because now they're proving that these 2 games that they can beat some of these teams. We just see what the momentum is going to be going forward. So you guys have been waiting for this, and you guys have been wanting to talk about this. So last night there was some history. Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo. Excuse me. Just gonna get a sip of water. Bam Adebayo had 83 points. Let me say that one more time. He had 83 points in a win against the Washington Wizards, a 150-129 win against the Washington Wizards. Now, can you make the case that who was on the basketball court of Bam Adebayo and why was he getting so many looks? Possibly so. Because he was on the court with some G League guys, some two-way guys, and besides one, in Davion Mitchell. But then you look at how those points came along. And remind you, I'm going to just sit here and tell you guys this. I didn't tune in until I was getting notifications, until I was getting text messages from my friends and all this different types of stuff because I was at the arena last night watching this go down. And I was in the media room. And you should see everyone was just in there and they were glued to the TV, seeing what he was going to be able to do. So I didn't tune in legit until the last 5 minutes of that Miami Heat game last night against the Washington Wizards. And then one stat just glares at me. And it's the free throws. 43 free throws. 36 36 out of 43. 43 free throws. Now, was he getting fouled? Possibly so. I think the very, very frustrating part about this is how it went down. Because the Wizards, again, I didn't see it till the last 5 minutes. The Wizards were double teaming him. Literally, they were trying to have Bam Adebayo. The Heat were having him bring the ball up because they're inbounding the ball to him. And the Wizards were legit double teaming him just for him to not get to 80. All right. So when he does catch it and they're trying to double team him, he's splitting double teams. And in today's NBA, it's ticky tack fouls. Any single thing you see with a slap on the arm or slap on the wrist, it's going to get called. But the frustrating part is that after he would make some free throws, you know what the Miami Heat were doing? They were fouling. They were fouling as if they were down. Does that make any sense? And everyone wants to go back to, well, it's Kobe. And look, the reason why Kobe's 81 is meaningful and impactful because we keep on going down. The Lakers, it was a battle throughout that whole entire game. They needed every single one of Kobe Bryant's 81 points in that game against the Raptors. Now down the stretch, when the Lakers starting to pull away, different story. But once again, Kobe only shot 20 free throws, but he was getting to the free. It wasn't like he was getting fouled. And in today's NBA, you get a little slap on the wrist. No, it was real contact, him driving to the basket and actually getting fouled. And then you guys make that case, well, Kobe didn't pass the rock. Again, no disrespect, but he wasn't trying to pass the rock to Smush Parker, Kwame Brown. No disrespect, but they needed every single one of Kobe Bryant's 81 points. And especially the way that he was scoring, he was getting to his spots. And if Bam was to just he got to 60 or 62 and it ended up getting to 70 and it was getting subbed out, different story. But what is the most frustrating part is how he was getting to those remaining 13 points to get to 83. It's him getting fouled, and then Miami Heat trying to foul at the full court. Like, that is where the frustration comes from. And I get it. 83 is 83 points. That's a lot, especially throughout the duration of the game like that. But I just didn't like I'm telling you guys, if you guys are in there in the media room with us and just seeing how everyone was frustrated, not because of Bam Adebayo's skill set, not because what Bam Adebayo can do. Remember, he's a two-time Olympic gold medalist. He's an all-star. He's a max contract player for the Miami Heat. And is this something that's like, out of everyone we expect to try to get 80 points, is Bam Adebayo on that list? Probably not. Probably not. And again, seeing and going back and watching the first half, he was killing it. He was knocking down jump shots. He was blowing by, getting past defenders and dunking on them. He was doing all that in the first half. It's just that remaining last couple of minutes when you know you have the big lead and you're up by 20 plus. And at that point, I get it. I see where Eric Spoelstra is coming from. Hell, I'm not going to take you out. You're close to there. We might as well get it. But it's just, you go across, you get fouled, you head to the free throw line, and as soon as the Washington Wizards inbound the ball, what is happening? We're going to foul you. We're going to put you at the free throw line to give Bam Adebayo more chances to try to get closer and closer into breaking that record. And that's what the most frustrating part comes from. You can say all the stuff as far as how Lakers fans are passionate about Kobe's 81. There is some truth to that, and there is some real passion about that. It's because it was a real grinded out win for that Lakers team against the Raptors in that moment. Remember, the Lakers and the Raptors are going neck and neck in that game. And again, it didn't come to the fourth quarter where the Lakers were really starting to pull away. The Miami Heat were already up to a big lead against the Washington Wizards team who, again, I'm not trying to downplay. They're struggling. They're 16-48. You're already up. And then you try to go out there and you're intentionally fouling before they even cross half court. That's another thing that's where it's really, really frustrating going into that. And I'm not going to discredit 83 points. That is a milestone. That is a record. And congratulations to Bam Adebayo. But I think, this is just me personally, for everything I have been seeing through the media and everything that I've been seeing in that room last night when I was in the media room and people's reaction and response is to the way it went down through those last couple of minutes. If it was a close game and seeing him take guys off the dribble and knocking down shots and all these different types of things and it just carried over and it was a neck and neck game, then we would be having a different discussion. But it's the intentional fouling. It's the when the Wizards shoot free throws, we're going to try to inbound the ball and force the issue to him no matter what, just to stop him from getting to 80 points. And then when he does get to the free throw line, we're going to intentionally foul again and try to get him back into the free throw line. And then one of them I saw was on a free throw because one of the Miami Heat's players got fouled. He's on the free throw line. He makes the first one. And he intentionally misses the second one on Bam Adebayo's side just for him to get a chance to rebound. That is where we are getting at. And that, I think, was where the frustration goes for as far as Lakers fans and how they are when it comes to Kobe Bryant. And again, I'm not going to discredit 83 points. It's just, once again, how it went down. And I see you guys in the YouTube chat, and I see you guys' frustration. I see you guys not liking that. I get it. I totally get it. And one thing I got to leave off of as we end this show is Jay says Kwame Brown had like 2 points playing 40 minutes. You want Kobe Bryant to pass the ball to Kwame Brown? No, absolutely not. Kobe Bryant was a go-getter. He was a bucket getter. He was going to make sure he had it determined to get that win for the Lakers in that game against the Toronto Raptors. They needed every single one of those 81 points. I'm finishing off right there with Lakers Talk Daily. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the show. Lakers are going to see if they can build off that momentum with the duo of Luka and Austin Reeves. Is LeBron James going to return to the lineup at some point during this week? Let's see what the Lakers can do. They are right into the mix. They can be in a top seed, get home court advantage. But for myself, my guy in the back, Tim Johnson, very, very appreciative of him. And you guys in the YouTube chat always tuning in. I will be talking to you guys tomorrow. We out.